Alright, it is Friday, December 6th today. It's about 12:30 or so, and I'm on my way to a showing. I've got a 38-acre piece with a cabin on it up kind of near Big Rapids, and I'm showing that at 1 o'clock. And then after that, there's a ton of public land around this area. It's Manistee National Forrest, and today is opening day of muzzleloader season. They've changed it for this part of the state where you can actually use any legal weapon during muzzleloader season. So I've got some camos, I've got my 450 with me, and I kind of e-scouted a little bit, and I found a spot that butts up to a private land, looks like some sort of an ag field. I think my plan is, after this showing, I'm going to get suited up and go back there and just see what I can see. If there's a good amount of sign, I'll probably hunt it tonight and just see what happens. I have a Christmas party tomorrow on Saturday, so I won't be able to go hunting tomorrow, and I've got a church meeting on Sunday, so I won't be able to go hunting on Sunday either. So unfortunately, if I want to get any hunting done this weekend, it's got to be tonight. And since I'm going to be this close to just a bunch of public land, I figured, hey, might as well take my stuff and we'll see if we can't stumble on something good. Alright, well, the showing's done and it went well, so I'm on my way to that piece that I mentioned. Fingers crossed there'll be a pile of fresh sign in there and hopefully a big buck too, but we're fixing to find out. Alright, so I walked way back into this piece, and there's literal standing corn on the private right here. There's not a lick of deer sign going into it off the public. So I did hit a patch of good deer sign, probably halfway back to the truck from here. So I might turn around and go sit that tonight. Very disappointed, especially with standing corn. You'd figure there'd be deer in here, but not on the public at least, so back towards the truck we go. Alright, well, I made it back most of the way to my truck, really, where there's this bedding area, and I cut like probably a dozen different sets of tracks coming out of that bedding on my way in. I went past it trying to find better sign, and I did find better sign back in there. But it was all sign of deer running away where I had probably bumped them out. Honestly, the only way this works out tonight is if the good Lord just decides to bless me with a bonus buck that, frankly, this hunt doesn't deserve. I got probably 2 hours till dark, so it won't be a long one, but fingers crossed we at least see something. That'd be nice. Seen anything. I'm getting pretty hungry, so I think I'm gonna eat some of this venison summer sausage that I made, and after the hunt I'll tell you a little bit more about the recipe that I used and the process of making that summer sausage, just in case you're interested. The last hour is definitely the best time, and I'm closer to the food than I am to the bedding, at least any bedding that I didn't screw up. We'll see if if anything happens in this last hour. Alright, so about the summer sausage. Walmart sells these kits that have all the seasonings and the casings that you need to make 15 pounds of summer sausage. You just have to add, obviously, your own meat and your own fat. Venison being so lean, you have to add fat with it to make summer sausage. So I went to the store and I picked up 3 pounds of bacon. I picked the fattiest bacon that I could find. And I also picked up 2 pounds of cheese, pepper jack cheese, to add with it. And so basically what you got to do is I just used 10 pounds of venison that I got from the processor, which was already ground, so I didn't have to do that part. And so I just chopped up the bacon into kind of small squares, and I chopped up the cheese into small squares as well. Mixed it all together and ran it through the grinder. I added the seasonings and the cure as well. Ran it all through the grinder once, and that helped mix it all together. After that, you gotta run it through the grinder again, but this time to stuff it into the casings. I have a smoker. It's an electronic smoker which uses chips, and so I went ahead and smoked the summer sausage. I did a little bit of research trying to find, what kind of time and temp that people usually like to do. And what I settled on is most people were saying between 180 and 200 degrees. So I just stuck it right in the middle at like 190 degrees. And it took, I'm guessing, about 2.5 hours to get them up to temp. Some people were saying 150, some people were saying 160. Internal temperature, so to be safe I went with the higher number, and it turned out pretty good. It was my first attempt at venison summer sausage, and I'm pretty happy with it. This weekend I am pretty busy. I have to make a trip out of state this weekend, and so I will not be able to hunt at all, which is kind of a bummer. Looking ahead to the rest of the season, I'll probably take some time off between Christmas and New Year's, and we can shoot does in Michigan this year until January 12th. So I'm thinking around Christmas through January 12th, I'm just going to be trying to fill the rest of my tags on does. So that's the plan. Looking forward, and I'll see you on the next one.